today's video, I'm about to take the dollar store challenge. All right, here we go. So I'm sitting in the parking lot of a dollar store I've never been to before. Here are the challenge rules. You have $10 to put together a dollar store survival kit. That survival kit has to do a couple things. Number one, you have to be able to start a fire. Number two, you need to be able to build some sort of a rudimentary shelter. Number three, it needs to be waterproof. In other words, it needs to be submerged for 60 seconds or less or more. 60 seconds is the minimum, and not get wet. Two other things. You need to be able to provide 2 meals. 2 meals, $10. So the first thing we need to do is to find a way to make a fire. So it means matches. So we've got some really good choices here. We've got the singles or the small packs. I'm gonna go with the small packs, they're more versatile. So the next thing I want is some plastic bags or something to make a waterproof shelter with. So I immediately thought of the shower curtains, but those are out of my budget. They're $4. So I did find these Halloween tablecloth covers that are pretty good size. There's orange and black. They measure 54 by 108. I'm gonna go with the orange one. It's only $1. That'll be a good for safety orange to get found, and high visibility and waterproof. So now we need some rope or cordage. I've got 3 choices. I've got this poly rope here, which is $4 out of my budget. Braided poly out of my budget. We've got a choice. This is $1.50, which is getting into my budget. And then there's this for $1, 200 feet of this 3-strand twine. Yeah, we'll go for that. So I'm gonna opt for a flashlight as well. Here's one for $1 with batteries. So now we need a knife. We only have a few choices here. Steak knives, no good. Paring knife, this will work. It's only $1. This one's $2, but it's got such a big knife. I'm gonna splurge on it. So I need some sort of a fire starter. This is a tough call for me, so I'm going to the candles. I got 2 choices. Go with these tea lights for $1, or this tin candle that gives me a container I could cook in and a candle. They're both $1. I'm gonna go with this. Hand sanitizer would be another good option, but I can't find any, so I'm gonna go with this. So I'm really bummed. I thought I had a solution, my waterproof container there, but it's $3. Not everything here is $1, so I'm gonna have to keep looking for a waterproof container. All right, having a little trouble with the waterproof container. I think I'm gonna go over to the food. So what we've got here? Ooh, pork and beans. Yeah, I know. Don't hate on me, Leviticans. I'd rather eat some pork than die. That's our choice. A lot of protein in the pork and beans. So one thing I am going to change for the tin, the candle, is I'm going to go with the tea lights, because they don't have only one wick. These have multiple wicks. These are better. I can use pork and bean cans for cooking in if I need it. I am really lamenting not having the duct tape, or at least the masking tape, but I just don't have room for it in the budget. So I've got to find a way to waterproof the matches, kind of keep everything consolidated, and I only have $1 left for that, so I'm down to this. So it's not all bad. I mean, here we have $1. We get 2 of these. We don't really need 2 of them, but that keeps everything together. We could carry food, berries, wild edibles, water if we needed to. That completes the kit right there. All right, so that completes our survival kit for the dollar store. 2 meals. Let's go put it together, see what we got. All right.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. The weather's fairly decent today.
Couldn't be nicer, isn't it? Beautiful. That's it. That's mine. Yeah.
$10.83.
So we got everything for $10. The change was that was simply tax. Tax doesn't count. The $10 applies only to the purchase price. So let's go put it together and see what we got. All right, so let's go through our kit. So these sandwich containers, we got 2 of them for $1. They worked out pretty good. We can store water in them. They're definitely going to be waterproof, no question about it. We have 2 of them, so we can put more stuff in there. Can't get our knives in there, but a lot of things. Pretty handy. This was a pretty good find. I didn't know if I couldn't find any trash bags in my budget. Shower curtains were out of my budget, but I found these. They were party plastic table covers. They had black and they had orange, and I went with the orange for the obvious reasons of being high visibility and to be able to signal someone, but it's pretty good size. What is it? 54 by 108. That would be, you could wrap yourself up in that like a blanket. You could use it to waterproof an impromptu shelter of some sort. Oh, just 100,000 different things. That fits in there pretty nice on the bottom. So, matches. We've got the black diamond matches. Several, what do we got? 50 count, 32 count. 32 count strike on the box matches, which are, you know, my biggest concern is being able to start a fire. That is my #1 concern. Now, growing up, my grandfather and I, he taught me how to put together survival kits that we used when we went elk hunting, because we spent the night out. Sometimes I got lost one time and those things happen. So he always used these little candles. These are tea lights, which work really good for helping to start a fire. You can lay those underneath your tinder and they are just so helpful. And I can get more of those. We can probably get 6 of those in there. So that puts together, I mean, we could condense these things and put everything into one if we wanted to, couldn't we? We could take our twine. I'd probably do that. Maybe put a little bit of twine in there, but we'll put them together as 2 kits here just for fun. So there we go. So we got our waterproof container. We've got matches in there. We've got our tea lights. We've got our waterproof membrane. Number 2, this flashlight. Some folks might say that it's not necessary to have a flashlight. I can tell you, as a person who has spent the night out in the woods lost, I would have been very grateful to have it. And I've camped a great deal by myself, and it's very comforting. It's for a million different reasons to have a flashlight. It was $1. It came with its own batteries, and it works. Not a great flashlight. I'm gonna be careful with it. It's not gonna survive a drop or anything like that. But that's what I chose. You may choose different. Cordage. This cordage is good. It's not as good as paracord or something nylon, but it is triple strand, and I tested it. It's really strong, and it's 200 feet. That's not an insignificant amount for a million different things. So it's nice to have that cordage, and if we could get that flashlight to fit in here, I'd probably break this down. It's not going to fit in there very well. The light will, though. Maybe we can smash it. Yeah, that'll smash down in there just fine. And we still have a little extra room there. We can put an extra container of matches, a couple more tea lights in there, and we are set, right? Now we've got 2 containers. These are basically going to be canteens, aren't they? I mean, if we needed to pack wild edibles, right? Or water, even. A significant amount of water in there. That cordage is messing me up there, so I flatten out a little bit. Take the cordage, a little piece of it, tie this together like a parcel, and we got a nice kind of a consolidated unit. The knives, this was my biggest expenditure. This was what, $2? So I got 2 knives. Of course, they're not going to be really great high quality knives, but they are sharp, and this one is not completely useless. It's got a decent handle on it. It's better than no knife. This one's not bad either. I would include both of these. Would have really liked to have that duct tape. I'm really lamenting about that. But you could make a sheath for that. You could tie all this stuff together, do lots of things with that duct tape. But you'd have to come up with something, wrap it up in some leaves or something. You don't want to fall on it and get hurt. You figure something out, but at least it's there. Yeah, not sure what to do with that. Meals. I don't know if you could get better than beans. Pork and beans and franks here. Yeah, I know they're not kosher, but would you rather stick to your kosher dogma and starve to death, or eat something? So yes, I'm gonna eat the pork and beans. If that's what it comes down to. I could stretch these out for several days if I had to. Plus, you get the added benefit of having 2 metal containers that you can cook in and do lots of other different things. So that's good. So that's it. That's my $10 kit. That's what I came up with. The ability to hold water a little bit, ability to definitely to start a fire. We've got the knife for tools. We got the waterproof container. We've got cordage for lots of things. We could make an impromptu weapon with this, the cordage and a stick. All of those things. Oh, I nearly forgot. So you notice that when I checked out, I asked for some extra bags. right? I had the bag, of course, that it came with, but we'll take several of these bags, however many we can get in there, stuff them in there, and we've got that extra plastic for who knows what. You just don't know. You know, that's the type of thing that's just impossible to duplicate in the wilderness, is anything that is waterproof like that, or that will hold or carry things. Are they ideal? No, of course not. But if we have the room, which we do, it's a good way to go, right? So I'd like to see your kit. Put your kit together. If you want a fun thing to go do, take your $10 and remember the criteria. It's got to be waterproof. You have to be able to start a fire, shelter, that type of thing, and 2 meals. Right there. Maybe I could call one of these 2 meals. You could definitely do that, but I'd say this is 2 solid meals right there. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see if I can't get Mrs. Wranglerstar. I'm not going to show her this. She can go in. I'll give her $10 and see what she comes up with, and then we'll compare them. That might be kind of a fun video. So, all right, we'll see you guys on the next one. I seem to run into a snag. Oh no!